Welcome to Taste and See Lifestyle. I'm your host and creator of this channel, Dave. Apparently, I have a co-host today, my little munchkin. You want to say hi?
Hi.
If this is your first time watching us, please consider subscribing and click on the bell notification so you'll know when our new videos are released. We release new content weekly on Friday morning to kickstart your weekend. If you missed our last episode on cooking an amazing ribeye steak, I put a link below and check it out. Pineapple is one of my favorite fruits on earth. Not only is it tasty, juicy, and full of vitamins, it is also pretty exotic looking in my opinion. With an armor like outer skin and blades of leaves on top, in many cultures it's also a symbol of prosperity, wealth, and royalty. So it is indeed an amazing fruit. Today, I will be sharing another one of my favorite recipes, and what's that?
Pineapple.
Fried rice TSL style. So, on the advantage of living in California, we have many different cuisines and ethnic groups, and there are thousands of restaurants serving 100 types of ethnic group in the Bay Area. However, because of COVID-19, we weren't able to just dine in our favorite restaurants and just enjoy a favorite meal like we used to. So what do? We make our own, right?
Yeah.
So today's recipe is my take on the delicious, popular Thai food pineapple fried rice. In a future episode, I will also share some easy ways to making some pineapple drinks in these hot summer days ahead. While preparing and eating this dish, I often imagine myself on a journey to a tropical place somewhere, say Hawaii, where happens to be pineapple is very famous there as well too. So today I'm going to show you how to pick and prepare your pineapple to make this awesome dish. So if you're ready, let's get started!
Yay!
Yay! Now let's go over ingredients. Of course, we need our pineapple and some cooked chilled rice. And we have shrimps, bacon, eggs, onions, red pepper bell, raisins, and some cilantro. Sauce, we have soy sauce, fish sauce, shrimp paste, salt, white pepper, curry sugar, and some cooking oil. Now we're going to get started to do the pineapple. You want to slice the top off and leaving the leafy side. We're going to carve a bowl out of it. So just cut around it and make sure you don't cut all the way through because we're making a pineapple bowl with it. And just slice through the middle of the fruit. And we're going to use a spoon. Let's find the right size of spoon to scoop it out, and then we're gonna use that to cook our fried rice. So if it's not too ripe, then you might have to get your finger in there to squeeze it out like what I'm doing here. And then I'm gonna scoop up the rest of it so you won't be too wet, and to make room. And we're gonna use it. This is gonna be a really decorative piece, making this pineapple bowl here. Here it is. Now we're gonna clean out the bowl a little bit. We're gonna cut and dice the pineapple to smaller pieces so we can cook it for our fried rice. Alright, here we go. So you're going to chop up your vegetables, onions and bell peppers and cucumber, and then clean the fish, cut the heads off and peel off, leaving the tails. Now we're going to get to cooking. Heat up and put some oil in there in our pan, and we'll cook the shrimp first. Now the shrimp cooks pretty quickly, so you want to watch it. Once it turns pink, then you know it's cooked. So now we're just going to flip it over. It'll take a matter of a second, less than a minute. So once the shrimp looks pretty cooked, we don't want to overcook it, and then we take it out and we put our bacon in there. So these are our chopped bacons. We just want to cook it, and so the fat juice is going to come out, and it will be delicious when we put it back in the fried rice. So now you're just going to stir it, make sure it doesn't get burned up. Now we're going to put the eggs in it. I'm going to cook the eggs. And I'm using a pair of chopsticks to make it to smaller pieces. And now I'm pouring the chilled rice in there to cook rice, and we'll mix it in. So we're frying rice right now. And so this is the time when you get the rice, make sure the chunks are all breaking off, so you can see the individual grain of the sauce, so it will taste better. So before we put any actual sauce and spices in there, will work. So now I'm just kind of really pressing it in and heating up and frying the rice, stir frying the rice along with the eggs, and then we're making the eggs to smaller pieces, as you can see here. I'm going to continue to do that. That will take a quite a bit of time. Now I'm putting the sauce in there, soy sauce, fish sauce, and shrimp paste in there. We're just gonna mix it out in evening all across. And you can see I will flip the rice a little bit, and we'll keep doing that until the sauce is distributed evenly. Now I'm putting the powders, the curry powder, white pepper, and the brown sugar in there. And same thing, we want to stir it, make sure it goes into all the rice, and we can tell the color if it's all nice and cooked in there. Now continue to do it for a few minutes until it cooks up, and I'm putting it on like medium heat. So now I'm adding the bacon back in, and now I'm putting the diced onion in there and cook it up a little bit. And we'll continue to stir fry it, the rice, medium to low heat, and the red bell peppers. And you can use other colors of peppers too, but I like the reds. It adds a little color to it. And now I'm putting the cashews in there. So the cashews is a great source of protein as well too. And now I'm putting a little more salt in there to have a little more flavor in there right now, and a little more white pepper in there to make it tastier. So as it cooks, and now I'll put the shrimp back in, and now it's time for the pineapple in there. Now you don't want to cook the pineapple and the shrimp too long. The shrimp's already cooked, and then also the pineapple, if you cook it too long, it gets too mushy, and then you don't want some mushy fried rice. Now I'll put it in the green onions in there, so we're almost done and ready to serve. Oh, forgot one more. We gotta put assorted raisins in there, and so now we have a colorful rainbow color pineapple fried rice with all kinds of goodie in there. So this is the finished product. Put it nicely in our pineapple bowl. Here's another side of it. Now this is the time. This is the truth. I'm gonna have our little one taste our product and see if we get her approval this time. Looks like she's enjoying that shrimp there, and is going for a pineapple. Yeah, she's got her mouth full. So now she's gonna put it in there. She's putting down her chopstick. Yay! Now it's time for another meal to feed our soul. Last time I mentioned that one of my favorite part of the scripture is the book of Proverbs, which was mostly authored by Solomon, the wise Jewish king. If you missed it, you can check it out in our channel or click on the link below. Now, one of my favorite verses from the book of Proverbs is 4:23. He says, "Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it." So, what exactly are you guarding against? Fear, anger, jealousy, resentment? All that could hurt our heart. But how do you guard your heart? That's the question. So, when I was young, whenever there's a new toy or something that I really like, I will carefully protect it. Sometimes by hiding it or locking it away somewhere so no one else can take it or play with it. Because I was afraid that unless someone play with it, they might break it, and it will break my heart. So when I first read about this verse, I thought perhaps that's what it means to guard my heart. To hide it or put barrier and walls around it to protect it. But is it? Imagine you guard your heart so heavily that no one could have access to it. You are actually imprisoning your heart. If you do that, eventually you will feel depressed, lonely, and you could even lose passion in life. It's just like when I try to protect my toys by hiding it away. Oftentimes, I will hide it so well and for so long, I couldn't even find it myself. Not only I couldn't enjoy playing with it, and I constantly live in fear and regrets and sometimes resentment. I will worry so much about things I have no control over. So what exactly mean to guard your heart then? The clue, I believe, is actually embedded in the second part of the verse. Everything you do flows from it. If your heart is not in the right places, then you will have negative effect on all you do in life. To me, it means not only that you can't hide it to protect it, but instead, it is vital for you to use it. And use it in all that you do, because the life will flow from it. Why? Because the heart is all about love. At the core of our heart, it's a desire to love and be loved. Having a loving heart in all the things that we do, we bring life to it.
just like toy is meant to be play and enjoy with other playmates, your heart is meant for loving. It is its purpose. However, it does not mean that you should just give your heart away freely without any guard. The same way that you shouldn't let others play with your toy recklessly because it could break, right? So, how you choose to guard your heart is very important. You must discern and set healthy boundaries. And to be able to love others, you must first connect with your heart first. Suffering is not the same as loving. That means you may need to set some time to care for yourself and give yourself space to grow and receive love from other people. One important way to connect with yourself is to honor your emotions. Your emotions reflects exactly what your heart believes. If you don't feel comfortable doing something for someone, it is okay to say no. And setting boundaries in all relationships is so important so that you wouldn't carry other people's responsibility and overbear yourself. Let me give you an example from my own experience. For the last couple months, my daughter has been staying at home after the school shut down due to recent pandemic. For the first couple of weeks, we pretty much let her do whatever she wants. She will watch TV, play with her toys. Initially, I would just clean up after her without saying anything. But days after day, I had to clean up after her. Days after day, it kept getting messier and messier. Until one day, I actually tripped over her toys and almost seriously hurt myself. I could feel that I was getting really frustrated and angry. So after discussing with my wife, we decided to set some boundaries. I started giving my daughter choices. So if she wants to play with her toys, then she must clean afterwards. And if she wants to watch TV, then she must first complete her daily chores and her homework. And she's also free not to choose not to do any homework or clean up, but she will also take the consequences of no TV and no playing time with her toys. At the beginning, it was hard. She would just cry and throw tantrums, refuse to do it. And I also had the urges to help her. Good thing I didn't, because after a few days, she learned that we were not kidding, we were serious. So she finally decided to carry her own responsibility and let not her daddy and mommy to carry it for her. So by setting boundaries, I am no longer responsible to clean after my daughter's mess. And I also no longer feel frustrated and angry because it's her choice. And I no longer resent her. So if I had not set these boundaries with my daughter, not only that she will probably grow up to be a spoiled brat, but I will probably continue resenting her misbehavior and cause a ripple effect in my own life. So, well, it's still a working process, but I believe that we'll continue to work on it. Finally, another step to guard your heart is to surround yourself with positive people and positive thoughts. Be selective of who you interact with and what you fill your heart with. With so much bad news out there these days, I simply avoid bombarding myself with it. Instead of turning on the news first thing in the morning, I will fill my heart with positive and encouraging word of God. Every time I do that, my heart gets renewed. Our Creator is the ultimate watchman of our heart. He always has our best interest in mind. We need to refill our hearts with love so that life could flow from it. If our heart is at peace and healthy, then we'll no longer be shaken and even during hard times. So this week, I challenge you to get connected with your own heart and find some time to reflect and get a plan to guard your heart. Just remember, a curious mind with a loving heart will go a long way. God bless you. Thank you for watching our video today. We hope you have enjoyed it. Please consider subscribe to our channel and share with others. We'll try our best to release new video on every Friday. Please click on the little bell to get the notification when our content is out. Have a fun and safe Independence Day weekend.
Happy 4th of July!
Happy 4th of July! We'll see you soon. Ciao!
Ciao!